Okay, so I don't do these streams very often, so I'm not sure. It looks like the signal is getting out, so if anybody is there and can hear me, just let me know, and so I can go ahead and get started. Okay, yeah, let that go for a little bit. Okay, looks like we have one viewer. Can you hear me, one viewer? Okay, can anyone hear me? Just want to make sure this is actually up and going before I start, so yeah. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, so it looks like we are recording from what I can tell, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with this video. So what we have here is a Toshiba D-R550. This is a DVD recorder. It's rewritable. And story behind this is recently over the Christmas break, my work, they're updating equipment and everything, and there was some stuff that they were just going to get rid of. So I went ahead and picked up. This is one of the things I picked up here. It's the Toshiba D-R550 DVD recorder here, and I don't know. I just find these kind of things fascinating, interesting. These are the kind of units you may want to look into if you're trying to take your VHS tapes or your old tapes and put them on DVD. I've not used this particular one myself, so I'm not necessarily recommending it. It's just something. Whenever I see these, it always makes me happy to still see these out in the wild and stuff. So what we're going to do here is just kind of look over this, maybe clean it up a little bit, just kind of take a look inside and see what we have here. As far as info goes, let's see if I can pull it up here. I couldn't really find just a dedicated manual PDF on the Toshiba's website, so I just kind of have this up here in case we ever need to reference it. But let's see, getting back to the video here. So I think the first thing I want to do is just go ahead and plug it in and just make sure that it actually turns on and everything. And I think I already did that earlier, or it may have been, because there was a few units I picked up, so I can't remember if it was this one or the Magnavox ones. So so plugging it in, don't know if you can tell, but we do have a little light indicator on the inside there, so it is getting power, so that's good. So here's the remote. Let's go ahead and test it out here. Okay. These batteries may be bad. Yep. Looks like we're going to have to replace the batteries here. Let's see if these work. See if these have enough juice real quick. There we go. Yep. Oh wow. It's kind of got that grinding sound to it. It's not very fast, very responsive, but it does function. So. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so it does open and close. That's good. I guess I'll just go ahead and give you a quick little overview of it as far as the inputs and outputs. So we have the front here. We actually have buttons on the front of the unit. That's something you don't see too much in units nowadays. Actual physical buttons on the unit that you can still interact with the device even if you don't have the remote necessarily. So we have our power button right here. The disc tray right here. Open and close. Skip chapters here. Let's see here. Stop, play, record, and then if we open up this little flap here, okay, we've got from left to right we have S video, composite RCA inputs, and then the DVI input, or DV input right here, I should say. So if you've got a camera with FireWire, that's another option you have right there. And let's look at the back here. Antenna input output here. So you know, you can connect up to a cable or another unit that has that output. Video input, audio input right here, composite level. Video input, S video right here. Composite out, composite audio out, and then component video out here, and then S video out as well. And this is also pretty interesting right here, an HDMI output here. So, and this, if you look at the manufacturer date, I don't know if you can read it, but it was manufactured back in June of 2007. So this has a few years on it here, to say the least. But it's interesting because if you think about it, you know, 2007, we're starting to get HDMI is starting to become, I guess, the standard in televisions and equipment. And to see this, it's always nice to see the HDMI outputs on devices. There were units that were made that were combo VCR / DVD player or a DVD recorder unit, where you could actually output, even on VHS, you could output via HDMI. And nowadays, if you still want to watch VHS tapes on your modern TV, those would be the kind of units to find, or you would have to find another device that would take the analog input and then convert it via digital, the HDMI. So these are always interesting to see, HDMI output here. And basically what you would use this unit for is to take your video sources, if they were shot on a camera or a VHS tape, and you would plug it into the inputs here and record it to straight to DVD. Now some units have, some machines from this era may have a built-in hard drive, and what's cool about those is you could, if you didn't want to necessarily put the video on the DVD at the moment, at that time when you're recording it, you could always record it to the hard drive, and then you could watch it from the hard drive, or you could record back, or you could burn it to the DVD later. So it basically acted as a DVD recorder / DVR as well. And there was a video I did a while back, and I guess a lot over a year or so now at this point. There was a video I did a while back that showed how you can take, on one of the Magnavox units, how you could take the hard drive, the built-in hard drive that was in the unit, and replace it. You could even replace it with a modern-day SSD SATA drive, and you would just have to go into the, I guess it's kind of like a secret service menu in there, and then tell it to format that drive, and then you could use that drive to record your programming onto the new drive. So this is one of those things. Even if you're kind of concerned about picking one of these type units up that have the hard drive built in today, you know, there should be a way you can replace the hard drive in there. You may have to like look around online for a menu or something like that on the remote that you may have to put in a special combination of buttons in order to get it to work. But there should be a secret menu or service menu that you can go into and tell it to format the new drive that you put in there. So not only would that allow you to extend the life of this kind of unit, because you know the hard drives at this point would be over a decade old in these type units, and they would have used the small laptop drives at the time. So in this case, you may not necessarily need SATA speeds, but with the pricing of drives today and everything, you can get an SSD. And also, since the way these recorded, since you're recording standard definition, you know, you didn't necessarily need a terabyte hard drive. You can probably get away with 250 gigabyte or maybe a 500 gigabyte. But the thing is, you know, with drive spaces the way they are now, you can get a terabyte drive probably, assuming these kind of, now this, keep in mind, this unit does not take an SSD, or does not take a hard drive. This unit right here does not take a hard drive, from what I can tell. But similar units like this that do have the hard drive built in, you can take them out and swap them and stuff. So if your original unit came with only a 250 gigabyte drive, in theory you should be able to take a 1 terabyte SSD and put it in here, and then just tell it to format it. Again, not in this type of unit, but units that do have the hard drive in there, you could put it in those kind of units and tell it to format it, and then you'd have I'm not sure the actual hour rate of how long. It depends on the quality record and such, but you would definitely have a much longer record time than if you had the original stock drive in here. So, and also, kind of notice this on here. So we got 1080p, 1080i, 720, 480p. So I'm assuming this must be some kind of scaling feature that may be built into here as well. Again, if you're doing VHS tapes, depending on how it deinterlaces and such, you may not see really much quality. I wouldn't expect the video that you capture to be suddenly look better or look like it was shot in HD. Basically it's just probably a simple scaling feature in here. So yeah, so we've got this unit turned on and everything, and we know that the disk drive actually still ejects the drive out there. So I think maybe the next thing I want to do is just go ahead and see if we can get make sure we can get a video signal out of this. And to do that, let's see here. I guess it's appropriate. I've got this Toshiba recorder here, and then also got Toshiba TV we can plug it into as well. So let me go ahead and look into that. So let's see here. Go ahead and figure out. Let's see. I should have component cables, so we'll just go ahead and use component output here. So we'll use the audio output. Let's see here, just plug in the back of this Toshiba, green to green, blue to blue, red to red. Okay. Turn the TV on here. I think I had it for component input. Yeah, color stream is what Toshiba seems to call it here. Color stream. Okay. And we got the bouncing DVD logo. Awesome. me see if I can find a DVD that I can play on here. I'll be right back. Okay, this is one of those Walmart Yes videos that I had made of some footage just to test out how their service works and everything. So let's go ahead and put that in here. Okay. Oh, whoops. Hold on. Let me see if I can get rid of that. For some reason the overlay came back on here. Oh, there we go. I gotta figure out how to turn this off. Okay, let's see here. Why are you doing this now? Sorry guys, trying to figure out how to get the camera info to stop displaying there. I don't know why it suddenly started picking back up and doing that, but info. Just turn it off. I don't know why it's not. Display on TV. Yes. guess we got it. Okay. Sorry about that. Wait, was it not showing it the whole... No, it's... Okay, it's showing it on there, but why is it not showing on the stream? It's so weird. Okay, I'm sorry guys. It's not showing on my OBS, but for some reason it's showing on the video here, so hopefully that'll go away. But okay, so we're gonna play the video here. And looks like we're getting video playback. Excellent. Fast forward here. Yep, and we're getting video playback, so we'll go ahead and stop. Play. I'm just testing out the features here to make sure everything works. So yeah, fast forward. Let's skip to the next chapter. Oh, we can zoom in. Not sure why you want to do that. It's probably what, noise reduction, I'd imagine. Okay, so it looks like, I'd say the functions appear to be working for the most part, so... Let's see, is there anything else? Display, yeah. Okay, so go back to the menu here. It appears to be playing. Go ahead and open this up. Let's go ahead and test out the recording as well. Now, the footage you just saw, I've actually recorded with this camera, and that footage still lives on this camera. And what we'll do is just speed it out of here and into the unit and see if we can actually still record a DVD. Let's see, play. And I need to tell it I want the standard definition footage. So let's go in here and switch it to standard definition quality, and then it should let me have access to all my SD clips that I recorded. Okay, and let's see here. Let's see, the most we can actually input, okay, yeah, the highest we can input is S-video. So let me find the S-video cable for this camera. look at that. We got 7 whole viewers. All right. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've made a video, so. And thank you for all of you who subscribe to my channel. I know I've not been making a lot of videos, and a lot of that's just, you know, it's a time thing, and then also part of it's just me being lazy and not wanting to set up the camera equipment and everything like that. So, but I thought this would be a nice little way to get back into the groove of things here. I don't know if this will mean I'll be making any more videos or anything like that, but your subscriptions don't go unnoticed, so thank you for those of you who've subscribed, even though I've not been uploading content as much. So let's see here. We'll plug it into the front here, our video. There we go. And our audio. And let me find a blank DVD. Okay, here's a DVD plus R that we'll go ahead and try here. So go ahead and stick that in here. And we'll just move the camera over to the TV here. Okay, it should be loading up the disc right now. Is everything going well in the chat as far as the video and the audio? Can everybody still able to hear me and the video looks good and everything? Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So it does look like it's recognized the Plus R DVD that I put in here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, it's been a moment since I've done this, so I'm just going to try and see if I can retrain myself what I need to do here. So first, let's go ahead and set up our record mode here. Okay, there we go. If you look at the bottom of the screen there, on the TV, I'm just cycling through my record modes, and XP should be the highest quality, or basically, I think it basically has to do with bit rate. The higher the bit rate is, the less amount of time you're able to record, but you should have better quality footage. And in this case, XP is just fine, but we've got XP, SP, LP, EP, SLP. But for this case, XP will be just fine because we're not going to record that much. So, okay, so we've got that set up. Let me go ahead and see if we can get playback here of the video. Okay. Let's see. I think I need to change my input. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that must be it. Let's see. I want. Does it say which one it is? Okay, we're getting the audio, but let's see here. setting that I need to have on here to do. I think it may be a camera setting. Let me check here real quick. I wonder if it's a menu setting. Let's see, setup, playback. Aggressive. We would want interlace, I imagine. Turn. Video. Ooh, there we go. That's probably it. Let's see if that did it. Yep, that did it. Okay, what we have to do is go ahead and we were getting audio, but we weren't getting video. And that is because I did not have it set to S-video input. It was looking for a composite signal, and we need to tell it that we're looking for an S-video signal. So what I did was I went trying to find where the button is now. I went into setup. I hit the setup button right here where my thumb is. Went into general setting. Go down to video. Select video, and then we want the front, because that's where we plugged it into, the front I/O, and then you want to tell it you want S video in, or if you're using composite, you tell it video in. But in this case, we're using S video, so I'll tell it S video. And there we go. We got our video coming through. We're going to set our record mode to XP. And I'm going to go ahead and just start my video back up from the beginning here. And when I do that, I'll start back from the beginning here. And let's see, we'll start with this footage. And I'm going to press record. And there we go. Looks like we're recording. I can of course have my display running by simply pressing the display button on the remote, so I can see all this information. It's recorded 30 seconds so far, and we have about an hour so of footage we can record left on here. So that's recording. I guess if I wanted to, I can mute the TV, and it should still be recording the audio there. We're just muting the television here, so hopefully you can hear me a little bit better now. And yeah, so it's interesting. That menu overlay, it looks familiar. I think I've seen that before. I'm not sure if that's like a standard overlay that's being used by all the manufacturers, but well, I think the manufacturers probably use the same manufacturer and just slap their own name on it and stuff. So they're probably using the same, I guess, operating system, if that's the right term for it. But I'll go ahead and stop the recording here. We've got about a minute and a half here of footage. And when I press stop, maybe kind of hard to see, but it's writing to the disk now. And when it's done writing to the disk, what we can do is we need to go into the setup here. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. And then we need to finalize this. We should be able to see, I think, how it looks, but it's been a minute, so let me see here. That's finalize is what we want, but I'm trying to look if there's a way to view it without. Go ahead and stop the video here. Just want to see if we can play it. Went ahead and opened and closed the unit here to see if we can play back. You should be able to play back what you've recorded on the same, as long as it's on the same player, you don't necessarily have to finalize it to see if everything's recorded properly. And it's loading. If I press play, we'll be able to play the footage. Yep, there we go. And then let me unmute it. There we go. We have our footage playing. Fast forward a little bit if I wanted to. Pause. Can I go? There we go. Okay, so we're at the menu now. I just pressed top menu right here to get to the menu, and we can see here we have a box here that has our video on it. And if I return, edit the title name. So if I wanted to, I can just call this. Yeah, I remember when I had a unit that had a similar setup like this years ago, and I remember it took forever to figure out how to do the lettering and such. So let's see here. How do you do? Okay, you've got to use the numbers and the letter combination on the remote here. So let's see here. We'll just call this, if I can remember how to do it, day at park. And I don't remember when this was taken, but let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay, this was taken, and I'm going to switch over to the numbers now. It's taken on C1. It's taken on January. I'm trying to figure out how to do the dash here, but I'm not seeing. Oh, there we go. There's a dash in here. One. There we go. The 25th of January. Let's see if that ain't right. Let's clear that out. One. taken back in 2020. And then let's go back. 2020. Okay, so that's what we'll call it. Day at Park 1/25/2020. And then I'll click enter on the remote here, and then go up to yes, that's what I want to name it. And I could also do chapter markers if I wanted to. So let's see here. So it's playing along. When I find a spot I want to add a chapter to, so we'll do after this first clip. We'll add one here. It'll pause the video and it'll say you want to add a chapter marker here, and we'll click yes. So turn there. Okay, and what we can do now is here you kind of have a temporary menu here that as long as you're playing it out of this recorder, then you're fine. But when you move recorders, then you need to finalize it. And to do that, let's go into the setup, I think it is. There's a way you have to do it. I think you have to hit stop or okay, writing to disk. Okay, it's writing that information that we put into it, the title of the disc, the title of the video, that metadata of the chapter markers, everything. It's writing all that information right now, so it's not letting us access the menu to finalize it. So once that's done, we'll look into finalizing. Okay. So we'll click stop here. Then see setup. There we go. DVD menu. And we have a finalize option. So we'll go ahead and click enter on there, and it's going to ask us finalize disk, and we'll choose yes. And it's currently finalizing the disk. And depending on how much you record, this could take a while, so. And I can't fast forward in streaming, so I'll just let it do its thing here. But now let me show you. See right there, it's doing a little loading icon type thing. It's finalizing, going through and doing all that. And basically we just connected it via S-Video from our camcorder here. And I can just play those files out of the camcorder and into the unit. So I'm pretty confident that this thing is going to work as intended, so I'll go ahead and unplug my camera here. Okay, we are at 6% here. for sticking in there, one concurrent viewer. Yeah, streaming's not necessarily my forte. It's something I thought I'd just go ahead and try and just see if anybody would be interested. And who knows? If y'all like these kind of videos, maybe I can find a way to do more or keep that in mind for future videos. Is this something you're interested in? Just let me know in the comments. Wow, this is taking forever. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to stop it. I mean, I don't care about the DVD itself. I mean, as long as it's finalizing, it's probably going to be fine. Even if I interrupt it, like I don't know if I can come back to finalizing it or how if it would mess it up or not. But I'm not necessarily concerned about this DVD. I just wanted to see if everything's actually working, and it does appear to be working. So, but guess I'll take. That's. If I'd known it'd take this long, I wouldn't have started the finalize process, probably. But it is good to know this thing still appears to be working, so that's good. Oh, looks like we got somebody in the chat. Let's see. Day? Hello. Hello, Day. Is everything coming through okay? Can you hear me? Okay, yep, there we go. And it got to 100%. Okay, and it gives us a very, very generic title screen here. And we have my video here, Day at the Park, 1/25/2020. Go ahead and if we hit enter on there or play or whatever, we have our video going. If I hit the next chapter, there we go. It jumps immediately to that spot where I told it to make the chapter marker there. So that's good. That appears to be working. So let's see here. I'm wondering what the bitrate is for the video. I'm not sure how to find it on this machine here. And, well, let me see here. Let me go into, switch over. Yeah, there we go. me switch over to the owner's manual and see if I can find. Go back to the table of contents here. I couldn't find the actual owner's manual on the Toshiba website, so if we can find it in here, that'd be cool. Let's see here. We're looking for the recording options here. Recording mode 45. Let's see what that has to offer. Page are we on? Page. Was it 45? Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, so yeah. Here are the recording modes. You've got XP, which is what we use, so it kind of gives you in stars the quality, and they consider it 5-star, but that basically, if I understand it correctly, it's probably just bit rate changes. So the lower in bit rate you go, the more you'll be able to put the more you'll be able to put on the disc, but the lower the quality will be. So it really depends. So if you have a 2-hour tape and you want it all to go on that one disc, you should at least use the SP mode here. But if you've only got like maybe a 30-minute tape or something like that, and you only want to fit just that one tape on a DVD, you could use the XP, and you should have the best quality that this device can record as far as bit rate and such. Okay, so we've got that going. We know that this unit works here, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off the TV, and we will just open this back up. This unit here. Plug it. Actually, let's do this. Let's see here. Let's see how well this disk drive still works on this Mac Pro. Switch back over to display here. Okay. So yeah, let's go to the DVD recording here. Okay, and this looks like this is it right here. So we will open up with media info here. Let's see what media info has to say about it. DVD player. We just need media info. There we go. We gonna get it. We're gonna get media info. There we go. Okay. So yeah, let's see here. Okay. Bitrate. Okay. Okay, so 8,730 kilobits per second. So that's what? About 8.7 megabytes per second. Is that right? I think that's right. That sounds about right. So basically, the bit rate tends to fluctuate. Maximum bit rate 9,556 kilobytes. So, which I think that's about. I think for DVD, like that's about as high as you can go. And this is just a single layer DVD in here. I think that's like the highest you can go on there. So that's why you're only getting the hour long footage, is because you're recording at the highest possible bit rate you can on this machine. And yeah, interlaced. It records at the top field first on the interlace field order here. So yeah, this is interesting to have. So basically what you can do is, if you wanted to, you can test out each record mode setting and just see how high the bit rate is for each version of it. So that's interesting. Let's go back here to the video. Okay. And I guess for now, could go through and I guess clean this up here. Let's see here. Probably use like some kind of cleaner or pledge or something like that, or whatever you have that you can clean it off with here. Some scratches on here. I mean, if we really wanted to, we can go through and maybe spray paint the top of this to help hide that. And yeah, like I said, this was something. This was at work. Got this from work, and the thing is, like, I've been with the company I currently work at this year. Later this year will be 10 years, and ever since I started working for that company, like, this unit has been in there, and I don't think it's ever been used for anything. I don't think we've ever used this for to ever get video off of or record video. I mean, it may have. Maybe it was used before I got there, but I just don't recall us really ever using this before. So let's see here. So now I just kind of want to clean it off a little bit. Maybe just look on the inside and see if there's anything that's noticeably wrong with it or may cause an issue later down the road. Sorry, I forget. I forget to make sure the camera is not always in the right spot here for you all to see a little bit better. So does anybody in the chat ever run across these or have used these to capture home tapes or anything like that, or your home recordings? Just drop me a line. So yeah, I don't know if well this comes through, but yeah, you can see. Yeah, it's clearly got some dust on it. And on the back here, the Magnavox units that I was talking about, that have the hard drive built in, they actually have a fan mounted an exterior fan mounted on the outside of the area where the fan slot would be right here. So that's kind of interesting here. This one, I guess, since it doesn't have the hard drive and it's just basically the DVD recorder, it wasn't generating enough heat for them to worry about. I think there does appear to be a fan in there, but not an external one. So I'm wondering if on those units they had put it together and then they realized, oh, we need to add a fan to it, and they put it on the outside, or maybe they just didn't have room to begin with on the inside, so they had to mount it on the outside, because it kind of on those units they kind of stick out. The fan on the back is just a little fan on the outside of the unit on the back here. But yeah. So I guess what we'll do is go ahead and try and take this apart here, just to look on the inside and see if there's anything on the inside that can be cleaned off. There's a little sticker here. May try and see if we can goog on it. Do this. Just get that. Let that work for a little while, and then we'll go ahead and start taking the screws off here. It appears to be a simple Phillips, so hopefully it shouldn't be too much trouble. Oh, look at that, we got 11 views now. Yeah, trying to just go through. I've not done a stream in, I've only done one other stream before, so I can't tell if the audio and video are coming in okay and everything. Does everything sound good to y'all? Is there an issue? Kind of just looking to confirm that y'all can hear me, so let me type this out here. That one we may not need to unscrew, because I think that one holds the board for the HDMI output unit here, so we can skip that one for now. Let's see if this is the last one here. Da, da, da. Alrighty. Not sure you can tell. Oh, yeah. She's got some dust in here, alright. Yeah. Let me just get... Okay. Yeah, you can kind of tell, especially on this board here. Quite a bit of dust here, and yep, just like I suspected, we have a basically a daughter board here for the HDMI output here. So it's feeding the signal onto this board, or basically, yeah, feeding the signal onto this board, then going to the output here on the HDMI. Okay, just a quick glance at the components and everything. Capacitors don't appear to be bulging from what I can tell. And the unit seemed to work just fine, so I think we're fine on that. I think what I might do is just go through and just try and clean this out as best I can. We'll go from there. Let's see here. I don't want to do this. I'm gonna take a picture of this just because I like having a picture on me in case you go back to anything. Okay, this is interesting. So it looks like the DV input here connected to this cable and runs right into the board as well. Cool. Let's see here. Start by removing that. Kind of nervous about taking all this off because sometimes you get these ribbon cables off, they just don't want to go back on. So, kind of weighing my options here. Let's see here. Okay, that connects directly into the board itself, so let's remove that. All this together, and probably wouldn't hurt to label that. I've just got a little magnetic board on the side here. I'm just putting the screws on and writing down where they came from. Here's that exterior one from earlier. Basically, the fewer ribbon cables I had to take apart, the better. There we go. We've got these little plastic tabs right here that's holding it in as well. So okay, there we go. Blue on the bottom. Just make myself a little note there. There we go. Okay, that's good. Okay. Okay, so let's just go in here and start just cleaning up here. It's picking it up all right. Fits. My pinky in there? Yeah. All that gunk. Yeah, you can see what we got going on here. ideally, you want to take the full thing apart and just go through and clean off as much dust and dirt as you can in here. Not really sure how comfortable I feel doing that, just because I kind of know my luck with electronics. If I try too hard getting all the dust and everything, it may not go back together properly, may not work properly. So for now, we're just going to focus on cleaning what dust we can. And my main concern is getting these cables back in, these ribbon cables back in. Grab a fresh sanitizing cloth here. Supply. Actually, let's see here. We could probably wait to do that till we get everything plugged back in, I guess. Just thinking I need to go ahead and clean off the lens while I'm in here. So, I mean, as far as taking the boards apart and everything, cleaning underneath, that would probably be ideal. However, again, you kind of have to, how comfortable are you around electronics? And I mean, for the most part, as far as taking stuff apart, I do what I can, but even I have my limits, especially if it's working. Like if it's not working and you can't really make it any worse, then yeah, go ahead. But my concern is I can make it worse. It works just fine. It's working perfectly fine.
let sleeping dogs lie, you know? And right now I'm just going through the fan, trying to get that. Yeah.
Man. Yeah, that fan really needed it.
Cleaning.
I've not heard if anyone's asked about the audio or anything, so I'm assuming the audio is playing fine, so. That'll do fine for now.
I think get that little corner dust.
I mean, yeah, ideally it'd be, you'd want to take everything out, scrub, clean off everything off, but yeah, I'm not sure how comfortable I am with that, because I know my trouble is going to be probably getting these cables back on there. Those always seem to give me trouble connecting them back and stuff, so
you gotta know your limits and stuff.
and at least it's better than what it was before, so. Because if there's dust on top, there's most likely dust underneath too, so. Yeah. Let me see if I can get the disk tray open. I think I may go ahead and try and stop this video soon. Just to, cause I'm not sure where I'm going to go next with this. Okay, I may not want to respond because it's probably doing some kind of self post test, and if it doesn't have everything connected, it's probably not going to want to continue, so. Okay, so we'll go ahead and turn that off. That's not too bad.
Okay, there we go. I think we got all the ribbon cables connected back, so we'll just push those back down in there. That's good. Where's, yeah, that ribbon cable, I believe, let me look at the picture and make sure. facing me, so. Okay. So I think that should be enough now. Let's see if there we go. Oh, wait. Okay, I'm going to take, I don't know what I was thinking. I'm going to take all this off to get it to, well, no. We'll keep it like that, so that way that this tray is out of the way. So yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can get that cleaned real quick. Oh, it looks like we just have maybe some tabs. Is that it? Could it be this easy? Ooh, nice. So let's see here. Let's front tab there. Okay. It may just be easier to do it this way than to try to fiddle with it. Might add some lithium grease on here, see if that would help. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and clean the lens here. Okay. It doesn't look like it's that bad. There were a few little specks, but nothing too bad here. Let's go ahead and clean off what we've got here. Yeah, looks like we got some lithium grease here. this way, I think it was. Better not. Let's see here. Okay, that goes on top. Perfect. There we go. That's why I always take pictures when you're working on these kind of things, so that way you can easily go back and see how it's gets reassembled. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. And just one more time, make sure. Go ahead and clean this area real quick. And yeah, let's just test the DVD out again just to make sure. Actually, I'm going to put it together, then test out the DVD. I know that's not how you ordinarily would want to do it, but I'm going to do it that way. So, yeah. Okay, yeah. Got that. Let's just put it all back together now. We'll start with the HDMI board here. Let's see. This one. Yeah, this one goes on the outside. This one goes on the board. That one. Dust. Dust, 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 dust. That's back in here. Okay. And then just go ahead and get the rest of the screws back on. And then see that I overlooked something, and we'll have to go back and do it all again. that. We got up to 20 views. All right.
I'm not sure if that's people who are currently watching or have just overall watched. So.
Okay. And just to confirm that we're good. These in back real quick like. And we have picture still. So do we still have audio? Just need to confirm we still have audio. Let's see why we wouldn't. And bingo. Looks like it's working. Awesome. Oh, go ahead and stop. And I think that's where we'll go ahead and end this video for now. I may go back in and try and do more of a deep dive into taking this apart and cleaning it, but it's not something I would feel comfortable doing on a live stream. This is something I want to take my time on and concentrate and focus on. So that was just a little kind of overview here of this Toshiba DVD video recorder model D-R550. And thank you for watching. And for those of you, a lot of you just have subscribed recently, and thank you for that. I know I've not made a lot of content lately, and I thank you for subscribing. And regardless of me not making a lot of content, and I appreciate that. I don't know if I'll be making more. If this is something you like, I can consider maybe doing some more of these when I get stuff in and just kind of look over it, talk about it, stuff. This stuff interests me. I know it's like considered obsolete technology and stuff, but it's still impressive to go back and look at a machine, a device, technology where at the time, you know, they were just trying to cram as much into the unit as possible, and now everything you've got is basically going to be done on your phone. And it's just interesting to go back to a time when, you know, you had like a physical product, something you can just hold in your hand, and you go to the store and buy, and the research and everything on it, and all the specs back when, you know, they were trying to spec out machines and stuff like that, and just really create cool gadgets, gizmos, and stuff that, you know, I mean, it still happens. It's still out there today, but it's just something about maybe the nostalgia for me that I just find interesting. So, thank you for watching.